Hello everyone, Mr. Gentleman here, and welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy IV. Just let me know if the sound is good, guys, and we will get going. As promised, we are back in the Cave of Sylph to finish this place off. They don't say anything different. Let me just hail the chat. Hello Mediker, Charlie Fox, GBAer, and whoever else is already here. I ask that you like the stream, as that helps it gain traction, and please enjoy. Now here we have our friend Yang, once again, who defied death twice, and we're going to hit him in the head with the frying pan. We're gonna make like those 90s commercials, those 90s drug commercials, and just give him a good smack. No, Yang, you've been asleep long enough. Yep, and well, he wasn't dead, Rydia, just asleep. Oh, that it did. We give you that, Yang. We will acknowledge that much. No, I'd actually like it if Yang came with us. We do only have a party of 4 right now. Yeah, this is the first meeting between, Yang and Edge. And Sylph decides to go with us as a summon. Sylph is not the best summon, but it does have its uses. Assuming it works the way I remember it, it will function quite well in one boss fight. Yang is resting. I just said that. Oh, well, he doesn't belong to you people. Alright, let's get out of here. With all of that done, we're almost done with the underground world. We just have one more thing to do. I see some more people coming in, and we just hit Yang in the head with a frying pan. Here is the final thing we have to do in the underworld. Let's head in. Back to Cuckles, who should have something for us. If only his assistants would move out of the way. And we now have Sacred Excalibur. Excalibur is Cecil's second best sword. The best one is found in the final dungeon, through much trial and tribulation. But it will serve us quite well right now. Look at that attack power, 184. And we'll give him the Aegis Shield, which will help out. We have diamond equipment for the rest of his stuff. I gave the power ring to Edge just to make him a little stronger, since we are lacking another party member for now. And once again, these NPCs just stay in my way. Alright, here we go. Let's head on out. How are you all doing today? Hope you're doing well. This stream today might be a little shorter than usual, because, quite frankly, I'm almost done with everything outside of the final dungeon. There's basically one major dungeon left, and a little bit of side stuff. Speaking of side stuff, we will head up and we're going to have one last talk with Yang's wife, because there's something important we have to get from her. Let's hit in and we'll run into the castle, up and around. They always make this a bit of an ordeal to get to her. Alright. Up, up, and Yang's wife. Nope, can't. No game. Frying pan, frying pan. There we go. Let's hand her back her cooking utensils. And she hands us the kitchen knife. The kitchen knife is the most powerful throwing weapon in the game. We're essentially going to save it for a special occasion. And by special occasion, I mean the final boss. As it pretty much does a guaranteed 9,999 damage. Now there is one last thing that I wish to do here. I'm going to use the inn because I had to go through the Sylph Cave again, which was not fun. So let's heal up. And we are good. Alright, and this isn't the person, right? No. Actually, I do need a ton of Phoenix Downs, because if you remember, I did run out last time. 10, 20, 30, 40. That should be fine. Yes, I want to go here, because there's something... Well, I do want to sell a few things, but I also want to buy some things as well. I won't need the sleep sword. Kane will come back with a better spare, I believe. I can save some of this stuff to throw, so we're not going to sell everything we can. No, we'll save the diamond stuff. Yeah, I'll throw out the assassin dagger. Let me move up to 10. And yeah, we have nothing to stone, so there go the Medusa arrows. And we can also get rid of the silencing arrows. Okay, I think that should give us enough space. All these Besetaries have to go. Yeah, light sword is unnecessary. Let me just quickly rearrange everything. Oh, I could have sold that diet food. And yes, like I said, I wanted to buy one thing. A Thunderclaw. Now, a Thunderclaw you would think is an extremely outdated weapon, but it actually will have its uses. Because a lot of people don't know this. Edge can actually use Yang's claws. They're not useless after he's gone. I think it's because, like, you know, no one really experiments with them. And as a result, they just like, alright, let's sell them. And I make that mistake too. But they will have a use on Edge later on. Alright. All of that out of the way. You know what? We're going to give Odin a try. Oh, Wiseman, the interface benefited from the healing touch of Final Fantasy VI. What do you mean by that? Let's head over to Baron. This might be a bit of a scary fight on one speed, but you know, we'll actually let me save here. Let's head in. Yeah, this can be a bit of a scary fight. I'm actually going to set myself up really quickly. Let's put Blitz in the first position. And Rydia. Let's put Thundra. Kind of wish I had Thundaga right now, but hopefully I'll be okay. Alright, always gotta turn these keys. Well, at least Baron is well protected. Okay. Hello Ultra Zappy, welcome back to another episode. And I believe we have to go in here. Oh, I forgot to clean this place out earlier. Huh, those Bacchus wines may be useful. Wow, I can't believe I forgot to come here. Some useful stuff here. Alright. Okay, we're good here. And now we can head to the basement. You know, I'm just going to just in case we kind of fail here, due to the 1 speed. We have a place where we can pick back up on very quickly. So you have returned. Oh, I see what you mean, Wiseman. Now he lives on as an Eidolon. Though I do prefer the translation that that basically says that, you know, he joined with the Eidolon. Okay, and here we go. Quickly, Ninja, Blitz. Cecil, Baka Swine. Rosa, Haste, Cecil. Thundra. Ooh. Oh, that did not work out very well at all. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give that one more try. Hold on, guys. Something weird happened with my internet. I just need 1 second to fix it. That was kind of brutal. that one speed active is not kind to this fight at all. Alright, one last try. And I don't think that you can slow him. Or at least I don't think slowing him works. Maybe he won't go for his big blow this time. Alright, let's go. And I was doing good damage to him too. You know what? Okay, he's just attacking. Alright, he hasn't gone for the his Xantec Sukin yet. Okay, we're doing alright. Nope, he's going for it. Come on, Rydia. Do the damage I need you to do. Ooh. Nope, there we go. Ooh, okay. He can be slowed? Alright, you know what? I'm gonna try one more time, and I'll have Rosa slow him. Yeah, I know almost everyone can be slowed. I just don't know how the slow deals with his insta-kill. That's what I'm concerned with. But it doesn't hurt, so we will try again. Oh man, he just really knocked Rydia around there. Let's try it. Hopefully it will stop his insta-kill. No, there it is. Try once more, see if something happens. Okay, well, it seems to be working a little bit. Don't know if I'll get in the necessary damage. No, there we go. Alright, that's fine. We will come back when we are a bit higher level. That's okay. Because honestly, Odin doesn't really play much into the overall strategy as I go forward. Like, he's not really useful. That's fine. We will head to the moon. And hopefully with newfound help, we can come back and have an easier time with that fight. Now, if I remember correctly, I do have a whale parked outside of Mysidia. If I can find Mysidia. Here we go. Let's land. Well, let's run. These guys don't offer anything, really. Okay, and here we have the inside of the lunar whale. Here we can rest. Yeah, it basically works like the last airship of Final Fantasy III. You have your own inn. You have our friend Fat Chocobo down there. And if you use the crystal here, we travel from Earth to the moon. Yeah, this was always cool as a kid. Just very unexpected. Even though technically Phantasy Star did come first. Now wow, this is so pixelated on the SNES version. I know this is Bahamut's cave, I believe. I'm looking for... Is it in this version? What I'm thinking of... Yes, it is. It's right there. I'm right next to it. But yeah, it's exciting to be on the moon. Alright, what are the rules of landing? Am I good? Okay, yes I am. Let's get off here. And here we have... Oh my! Naming ways everywhere. These are the Humming Ways. The same race that Naming Way comes from. And I know one of them is different. I think it's this guy. No, I am mistaken. Come on. Tapping my A button. Ah, get back here. No. Well, let's talk to the leaders. Name changing? Huh? Charlie Fox, the model, you know, it was pretty decent. Needs a little work on the head. But you're getting somewhere there. We are the Humming Ways. Oh, so Naming Way is here among them. No, I do not need my name changed. But I know that there's one that is different. Just might be clicking on the wrong one. And here we have Naming Way's backstory. Interesting that they gave, you know, this like little side thing to the guy who changes your name. Now, which one is... Okay, he's on this side of the room. I've nailed down that much. Here we go. This is the best shop in the game. As you can see, he has all of the best stuff. He has all of the best stuff. He has ethers. He has dry ethers. He has elixirs. Really don't need to buy some of this stuff. I will get some sirens. And I won't really need ethers or dry ethers. I kind of have enough. And I don't really need to buy the X potions. We'll find what we need. If I need anything, I can always come back. Oh, Wiseman, aspect ratios. So when the games are developed in studio, they're not developed perfectly in 4:3. They're actually all resized to 4:3 into the old TVs. That's why, you know, like that's why different... Oh, wow, why did I go to the Earth? Okay, my mistake, guys. I apologize. Like when they're developed in studio, depending on the computer that they were developing on, it actually might be while in development, not exactly in 4:3. So like as a result, on the Retron, there's an option called Force Original Aspect Ratio. And what that does, it actually plays the game in the ratio it was when the game is developed. And the game does look a lot tighter that way. Like I always have that on. The only time it doesn't work is when you enter an area, you enter a menu or something that completely uses Mode 7. It can kind of mess the game up a little. But, oh, and Medicare Sirens, I think only the SNES version allows you to buy Sirens. The remakes don't allow you to. But here we go. We have a system of caves along the Lunar Path. Love the music here, it's so out of this world. Okay, here we have enemies with weird names. Abyss Worm is weak to fire. Ooh, getting kind of beat up here. That's okay, we can heal. Yes, don't have Firaga yet. And the Pro whatever and U whatever, they're weak to Earth, I believe. But Rydia does not have Quake yet, obviously. So we'll just have to settle for attacking them. Let's heal. Yeah, that worm should be dead, hopefully soon. Yeah, the enemies here do have a few weaknesses which I hope to exploit. Oh, and definitely bring a lot of antidotes here, because the enemies here do like to poison a lot. Very rare for an endgame, I might add. Usually, you know, poison is, you know, it's an early game sort of thing. But, yeah. Alright, really hoping this guy dies soon. Let's heal Rydia. Should have fired this guy first. Twice. I'll keep that in mind. Though there is a particular enemy I'm hoping to run into, because he's a lot of fun. Let's yes, let's get the poison off. Ooh, should have bought more high potions, but that's okay. We don't spend too much time here. And Rosa has a ton of MP anyway. We have a box of monsters, and it's these guys. We're gonna use Titan, because it's the best we can do in terms of the Earth element right now. I think it's some kind of moon bacteria. I have no... what enemy I'm looking forward to? Oh, you'll see. You'll see. It'll definitely show up. Sooner or later. One speed's taking its toll here. Yeah, we've lost quite a bit. Let's Kiraja. Hopefully Rydia will come up. Yeah, Wiseman, you might not be wrong. There may have been a different aspect ratio between the computers and the SNES itself and the Sega Genesis. I noticed that, like, whenever I'm playing a Genesis game and I force the aspect ratio, it's much different than what it does to Super Nintendo games. Hello, True Alfarius, welcome. We are currently on the moon. All you missed so far is us destroying Yang's head with a pan. Whoops. Poisoning. Yeah. Alright, and let's continue. This music... I like how the music here is the same as when you first become a paladin. Okay, let's wait for Rydia, because Rydia is best equipped for dealing with these guys. We can heal, though. Oh, this guy's hit harder than I remember. What is it? Is it Mini or is it Toad? I'm pretty sure it's Toad. Hopefully I'm not wrong. Indeed, they are all frogs now. Oh, so we do have some use left for toading our enemies. Just a little bit. We're almost up to my favorite dungeon of the game. Really excited for that. Yeah, Wiseman, I would definitely believe that. Because, you know, when you force original aspect ratio for Genesis games, you know, they are wider. And what else was I gonna say? Anything over here? Yeah, 2 chests. Lunar Veil, Stardust. Lunar Veil will be useful for when we face Bahamut. Ah, here we go. All we have to do now is wait for Rydia's turn. There it is. So you see that enemy in the back? I think this works in this version. The ones in the backs are grenades. And grenades have an interesting trait here. Gonna use Thunder. 1 damage. And we're gonna get the chain reaction. where it basically blows up and kills all of its friends. In any fight where there is a grenade, that will always happen. It's fun, I love it. It's just one of those little things that, you know, you wouldn't know about on your first playthrough, but like once you learn about it, you always want to do it. It's a really nice little thing, and I'm glad that Sakaguchi and Tokita included it in this game. Let's head up and out of this cave. I love that out of this world music. Let's head over to the next cave. Yeah, Charlie Fox, it's definitely exciting. And you know what? Here we go. Here we are. We've got another one. Just have to wait for Rydia, and the grenade will take care of things for us. Ultra Zappy, I feel like Nuke would be like the god of the bombs. Like how in like the monasteries, you have the Black Rabbite, because Rabbites are the weakest enemy in the Mana games, so the Black Rabbite is like their like ultimate overlord, who's like the secret final boss. I feel like Nuke would be like that equivalent for them. I'd love to get the Bomb Summit. I'm actually considering grinding for it in between episodes. Might not do it, might take too much time. But, you know, if I get it, I get it. Back attack here. Always a bit of a pain. Because Rose is getting slapped around right now, and Rose is dead. Ooh, where are all my Phoenix Downs? Need to rearrange my menu. Oh, hang in there, Edge. Let's summon Titan. No, not Shiva. Aye. Might have to run from this. This is getting a little dangerous. I believe, for the proper translation, it, oh my gosh. Alright, I'm running. This is a bit much. Yeesh. Let's move my Phoenix... No. Move my Phoenix Downs up. Yeah, we don't need to worry about the kitchen knife yet. And heal Rydia. And Rosa help us out here. Okay, we are fine. Hopefully we won't get any more back attacks. And this is the next mini cave. Once again, that great music. Oh, I was about to say, we went through this without getting an encounter. Ooh, ambushed. But at least both of these guys are weak to fire, so that it will, it'll make things a little easier. Use flame. Oh my gosh. These guys are not being fun right now. Let's cure Cecil. Welcome, Smash Project. Yes, we are dealing with the moon. Alaskan bullworm. Oh, I can't remember what that's from. I know it's a reference. We have Alaskan bullworms on the moon. Okay, hopefully Edge will not die on us. And he gets to contribute a little bit, and thank you, Edge. I saw you all discussing Dragon Quest XI before I got in here. Yeah, good game. There are some things that I really love about it. I love that it was like, it has a few new town types. I did like the use of like an ancient China area. I did like the use of France, even if it was just like for like one building. And the use of Hawaii. That was also really good. I really like that one as well. And a few good uses of old ones, like Hoto was a pretty good Japanese style city. There we go. Oh, that's right. I remember my sister watching it now. These guys again. Once again, we will depend on Titan, and hope that Rydia does not kick the bucket. Secure Rydia. Oh, didn't see Edge die there. Didn't Rydia die there too? Apparently. Yeah, these guys attack rather quickly. Yeah, Ultra Zappy, I guess it would be a spoiler. Still, though, at some point they do eventually release, like, special stuff like that. I'd love a Dragon Quest IV hero in Zenithian equipment. That's in Zenithian equipment. That's what I'd want. Or your son from 5 with the Zenithian equipment. That would be a spoiler too, but it's been years since Dragon Quest V came out, so I think that would be okay. I'm pretty sure everybody knows the twist of... Everybody in Japan, anyway, knows the twist of 5 by now. And there we go. Yeah, Medicare, that was a really good move by the localization team to make everyone speak in haikus. Oof. Low on antidotes, but that's okay, because we're at the end. I don't remember the moon being this rough, but it could be the 1 speed. Yeah, Smash Project, neither do I. I remember them being a little easier than this, but it could be that 1 speed and active. So they're like just constantly getting turns. Oh, welcome, Christian Lopez. True Elfarius. Always saying that, always being the lover of Deborah, even though Bianca's a little better. Christian Lopez references the possibility of a Final Fantasy Dragon Quest crossover. It would need the right director, and it would need someone willing to work with Yuji Horii to really make it work properly. Like, there are some guys at Square I trust and some who I don't. And we are welcomed within the Crystal Palace. And here we meet Fusoya. The Guardian of the Lunarian Slumber. Now, this is a big twist in this game, that, you know, this is probably the first Final Fantasy that used aliens. I like that it uses the idea that the asteroid belt that used to be a planet, and at some point blew up. The survivors headed for our planet, but we're still we're kind of in our younger years here. And so, wow, they just made a second moon. You're just like, you know, well, let's just construct a second moon, alright? But yeah, there was one who refused to sleep. And Fusoya had to force him into his slumber. Yeah, this is where we first learn of Zemus, the true villain of the game. And we learn that Golbez is being controlled by Zemus. Well, we kind of learn that. That becomes clearer later. Yeah, like I said earlier, we really don't learn much about, of the lore of the Tower of Babel. There's a lot that's implied. Like, if the Lunarians made the Tower of Babel, why did they need the Giant of Babel? I guess Zemus made it, and it was his plan to use it to destroy the Earth all along. Yeah, we learn of Kluya, who visited the Blue Planet. Interesting that he built the Devil's Road. I forgot that one. But yeah, I forgot that he taught the Earthlings to build airships. And we learn the truth. That Cecil's father was Kluya of the Lunarians. This is actually a common theme among Sakaguchi games, that he'll have a main character who is of two different worlds. So, for example, in Final Fantasy V, Bartz's father comes from, the other planet, but his mother is an Earthling. Terra, her father is an Esper, one of the summons, and her mother is a human. So yeah, it's always that mother-father, human, non-human dynamic. In 9, it's a little more abstract, in that the main character does come from another world, but he was raised on Earth. But yeah, it's pretty much a Sakaguchi theme. And we hear that Kluya was the one who gave the power of the Paladin. And Fusoya will go with us. Welcome Drakenzan, and welcome Andrew Koss. And yes, we are joined by Fusoya, the Lunarian, level 50. He has a ton of spells. Even Meteor and Flare. But he only has 190 MP. I think that's to represent his old age. His speed might be pretty slow as well. And let's head on out of here. Oh, do we have to walk all the way back? Huh, okay. Yes. This should be a lot easier because we have Fusoya to help us. And he does have Quake, which should be a bit of a help. It's also interesting how the HP jumps in this game. Like, I swear, we just had like 800 HP. Now we're like in the thousands. Fusoya has Bless, which I think restores MP. I might be wrong. Oh, where is it? Where's Quake? There we go. Menaker? Yeah, you mentioned that, the last minute reveal of the villain. Every Final Fantasy game does that. It's really been a tradition since the first game. The last minute reveal of the true evil and true final boss. In some form or another. Though sort of like the really last minute reveal that it's something totally different, I think began in 3. But yeah, some games definitely do it better than others. Let's heal. As for Kingdom Hearts Final Fantasy, I think someone asked about that last time. I think maybe like a sort of crossover fighting game could work too. One similar to the one Falcom did for both Trails in the Sky and Ys. They like crossed over into this top-down fighting game. That was a pretty cool idea. Ultra Zappy, your guess is as good as mine. enemies that fill certain areas can be quite odd. Like the weirdest is Saga 2 or Final Fantasy Legend 2, where there are like the enemies have infiltrated. Ooh, grenades. The enemies have infiltrated the bloodstream of one of your allies, and so you have to travel inside her body. And so inside her bloodstream that you're traveling through is everything from like terrorists to like to like bulls to like thugs and everything. It's pretty strange. That's probably the weirdest one I've ever seen. I was asked about Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. What to say about Kingdom Hearts? Uh, I like Kingdom Hearts, I think. It's always weird to say. There's some games in the series that I really like. Like, I do appreciate Kingdom Hearts 2 for what for what like it did for the combat. I know a lot of people like that one. I do like Birth by Sleep's combat. That was a really good one. But the series has a lot of issues at the same time that I feel like I'd really want to write down and put into words, because I think there are some major storytelling issues. And not just that, it's confusing, which is the usual complaint you'll get. I think that in terms of tone and in the way the games are paced, where's Quake? In terms of the way the games are paced, and in the way the stories are told, in the way the tone is handled, in what the game is trying to do, in terms of like darkness, and how like it's trying to tell a story that's simple but mysterious, a lot of it doesn't come together as well as I think Nomura thinks it does. But I do enjoy playing them. Some more than others. Like A Birth by Sleep, I did have a ton of fun playing. Yeah, Andrew Koss got it. It's a series you can't praise without a million asterisks next to it. I think Nomura has good ideas, but he needs people working with him and working over his shoulder. There are a few people at Square that I would say that of. Akitoshi Kawazu is one of them. Like, Kawazu's games got better the more his acolytes and trainees were able to grow up and be able to give him advice. Yeah, that's another good point. It's you know, a lot of people, like, you know, feel the emotions more and get into the story more if you grew up with it. Like, a lot of people, like, there are a lot of people like, oh, I love this moment of Kingdom Hearts 2, I like that moment. But because I didn't grow up with it, you know, those moments don't hit hard for me. Okay, just checking something. No, I did not mean to do that. Just gonna take a look at the chat, see if I missed anything. Yeah, Final Fantasy VIII does have a bit of a weird last-minute reveal. They could have done that one better, because I do think that there were some ideas there that were interesting. Of Ultimacia, her time compression and all that. Okay, you can go get Bahamut now, but I'm not sure I'd be able to handle it with 1 speed active. Should I? What are my levels? I'm not awful. I do have 5 party members. My issue is that can I get Reflect? Yeah, I should be able to get Reflect in fast enough to defeat Bahamut. Yeah, you know what? Let's go. Let's do it. Alright, let's lift off, and here we are. A lot of the enemies here do have specific weaknesses, so I should be able to deal with them. And if I can't, I can always exit. Yeah, the road to Bahamut is much harder than Bahamut himself. But we've raised a few levels. We'll save on the outside. And let's head in. Welcome to the Cave of Bahamut. And we have the Red Giant. The Red Giant does have a weakness, if I can remember it. Yes, he does that I remember. It's not sleep. There we go, it's stop. Yeah, the Red Giants can be stopped. Now if you'd only stop attacking me. Ultra Zappy, the nameless warrior in 3. Oh, you mean in Kingdom Hearts 3? Is that it? What was I thinking? I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. That's what I wanted to say. I have it on my shelf there, but have not had the time. What I did start today... Oh, that's right. Fusoya's Bless casts Region on everybody. I'm pretty sure I cast Stop on this guy. Maybe he recovered. Because I do think that's his weakness. And not Hold. There we go. Oh, well, apparently he's choosing not to stop. Okay, well, we got him. Oh, Final Fantasy III. I don't remember that aspect of the story. Was that remake only? The Nameless Warrior? Here we go. Oh, the Dark Stage can be toaded. Ooh. Edge always taking that damage. Yeah, you know, I've heard that, Christian Lopez, that that some people do like Kingdom Hearts 1. The combat in that game is very different than all the others. It's like, how would I put it? You have to very much commit to a lot of your attacks in that game. What am I doing? That's what I get for not paying attention for 1 minute. Okay, we took care of that person. I'm pretty sure she can be toaded. Oh no, she can be pegged. That's what it is. Yeah, when she's alone, she starts casting Tornado, which can be a little annoying. Yeah, she can be pegged. Alright, at least we remember for next time. Oh, in the Famicom artwork. I think that's just to be like whoever your main character is, dual wielding as a knight. I believe that's it. I believe that there's even like a note from Amano that says, yeah, it's basically a knight wielding 2 swords. Okay, we get the Genji shield, which is a huge boon for Cecil. That's interesting. I didn't know one of Cowboy Bebop's writers was worked on Kingdom Hearts 1. That's fascinating. Okay. This fight again. Secure Rydia. This cave isn't too long. It's just kind of... It just kind of has some enemies with a lot of HP. But if you know their weaknesses, some of it goes by a bit faster. Let's bless. Yeah, Bless is a huge boon here. If just because it helps keep everyone alive and keeps everyone with a little bit extra HP. Okay. Yeah, just Haste Cecil. Just keep things going. And, yes. No, she doesn't. I knew something got to her, but I can't remember what. Maybe it's Minnie. I don't know. Just looking at the chat. Yeah, Ultra Zappy and Christian. Yeah, Amano's art can be very perplexing. It doesn't feel like it has the same tone as the games oftentimes, and it feels like it's sometimes just like it doesn't like fit with whatever the game is going for. So like yeah, there are times where it fits and times where it doesn't. It's certainly a very unique style, but not always one that translates well to a video game. Like the two games that I'd say Amano's art really worked for, and we have some Artemis arrows, those are good arrows. The two games that really worked for Amano's art was Final Fantasy II, actually, interestingly enough. I do think his like art fit like the dark, twisted world of 2, and I think his stuff works well for Front Mission. Like, cause they like really just take his art, his faces, and put them in the game, and they work really well. Just looking at the chat, and then there's a treasure chest over here that I almost forgot. Oh man, these guys really attracted to me, apparently. Yeah, let's just haste. Like if you've never checked out Amano stuff or Front Mission, or even played a Front Mission game, like I do highly recommend it. His art manages to fit in there. I just finished a Front Mission Gun Hazard. That's if you don't like have a very specific secondary weapon, that final boss is almost impossible. But it is a really good game. Like probably, oh there we go. Pig finally worked on here. It can just miss. Thankfully, we finally have met another enemy that can be piggied. Makes me very happy. I love it when every ability has a use somewhere in the game. Now we will enjoy our bacon. I like this idea of like this pig trying to tackle us. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I would say the best 2D action side scroller for the SNES. That's an RPG, action side scroller RPG for the Super Nintendo. Maybe for the entire 16-bit era was Front Mission Gun Hazard. Highly recommended. A lot of options, and if you like mechs, it's a great mech game. Just want to look up, see if I, on the chat, know a lot of things went by while I was fighting a few things. If I didn't answer anything, go ahead and ask it again. Yeah, I agree, George Nomura is a George Lucas type director. Though in some ways, I would say that's more fitting of Akitoshi Kawazu of the Saga series. Like he is really a George Lucas type. He needs somebody telling him, no, don't do that. Or no, balance that better. Here we have a Dark Sage once more. The experience here is really good. So are the equipment pickups. Yes, her tornado missed, that's a relief. And hopefully she'll be piggied. I'm at the Nair games. I've played Nair Automata, and I love that game. I would say that I'd have to think about it, but it might be the best RPG for the PS4. Uh, I might, I might sign off on that. Uh, Great action combat, thanks to Platinum. Excellent story, thanks to Moonhead, as I like to call him. I like the sort of Western RPG integration of side missions. I think there's kind of a sense in the game of like it's not just about the main story, but it's about the world as well. It's like everything points to the world more than just the main plot and what that world is trying to say. And just really interesting philosophical quandaries. Like, a lot of people think that it's just another game about AI. It isn't. In fact, the interesting in those games don't really have to do with AI at all, in my opinion. There's a lot of other things about life in them that are like really fascinating. The first Nair I never played, but it is on the bucket list. As I mentioned in a previous episode, I'm trying to buy up all the games that I always wanted to play, but are in danger of going out of print. So, for example, recently I picked up Front Mission DS, because that's out of print. Thankfully, for Gravity Rush 2 just had a reprint. A small one, so I picked that up. The Dragon Quest Monsters Joker I picked up. Steins Gate Elite, the collector's edition, I managed to get for a good price. Yeah, I've been picking some stuff up. Whoops, that was a mistake. Charlie, yeah, continue and keep getting better. Like, like the Bahamut one, you got the body design pretty well enough. It's just the head that, like, could use a bit of work. Oh, mistake there again. Need to be a bit more careful right now. Let's, raise. The Drakenzan? No, I have not played any of the Drakengard games as of yet. I wonder how cheap they are at this point on eBay. You know what, again, when it comes to PS2 games, again, when it comes to the PS2 games, I keep looking at the PS5 and being like, I really wish it would be backwards compatible with PS1 and 2. Because it would just make my life so much easier when going back to certain games. Let's Kiraja everyone. Yeah, this Bone Dragon. Definitely a bit of the bane of my existence. Fyra this guy. Just hold on. Kiraja, I put Kiraga up here, right? Okay. No, fire doesn't hurt him and I keep using fire on him. I can't remember what he's weak to. There's another dragon that looks a lot like him that is weak to fire. That's what I keep misremembering. So yeah, I don't remember this guy's weakness. You know what? Let's show off Sylph while we're here. We have Wind Song. No, that didn't do anything at all. That did not help. Yeah, this is the one enemy here that I'm like completely forgetting the weakness of. Like everybody's poisoned. Ugh. Ugly fight right now. Let's raise Edge. Quake helped a little. I'm about to just summon Leviathan and end this. Oh, Andrew Cost, you mean the first Nair? Because I've heard that. I've heard that. Oh, thank God. I've heard like the first Nair is combat-wise has good ideas but doesn't execute them well enough. Like it has the whole bullet hell thing, but it doesn't execute it in a way that really feels satisfying. Broke your 3DS circle pad due to Smash. Yeah, I can see that. I had Smash on 3DS. I always try to get into Smash. Never always can. I'm not all that great at fighting games. I wish I was better. Just checking the chat. Just taking a look. A top 10 list of Square Enix games. Huh. Probably would have to sit down for that one. Oop, poison. Yeah, probably have to sit down and think that one out. Chrono Trigger would be up there definitely. It also depends, like, if I'd be able to include Enix games before they became Square Enix. Because even as a combined company, I still think of them as, like, two different companies. Even though they're one. And even as, like, as a combined company now, like, Square is split up into 4 divisions. And like Dragon Quest pretty much makes up like one of those divisions. Oh yeah, I'd have to think about it. But yeah, like Hero comes off as really cool in Smash Ultimate. I remember when he first came out, and there were all these montages of like him using what's it called, the magic burst attack, and like just like knocking out everyone trying to recover. Yeah, that looked pretty fun. Just gonna use Leviathan just to make things easier on myself. Bless. But yeah, top 10 Square games. Yeah, I'd have to think about like the rules of a list like that and everything. Like Chrono Trigger would be high on the list. I'd probably put Bravely second up there. I do really love that game. Thought it was very good. Like, you know, for me, well, I like the story of Bravely Second already, but I do want to mention also that, you know, gameplay can rank pretty high for me. If just because that, you know, you do spend most of what you do in a game in gameplay. Even in, like, a story-heavy game. Most of what you do is gameplay focused. So, like, you know, that is a lot of your time. And, you know, you don't want a lot of that time to be wasted. At least that's the way I see it. It's a very practical reason. Oof, getting tired of these guys. Really slowing me up. I'll fight the next battle. Huh, 2,000 gil dropped. Genji armor? That should really help Cecil out. Might not have much more space in my list. Throw this diet food out. And we'll give the golden apple to Rydia to help her with her base HP. That gives her 100 more. Yeah, I'm excited for Bravely Default 2 as well. Really like the Bravely games. Okay, this is done with the second floor, and Cecil is now covered in Genji equipment. Arms character reveal, but it's Paper Mario. Okay, this is a set fight with the Behemoth. And here's the thing about this fight. He will not attack unless you attack first. He will only counterattack. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be a little tricky here. We're gonna cast Blink on Cecil. And oh no, he does attack, but just very little. And as you can see, Cecil has become an epileptic nightmare. And we will attack. We can take some counters. But I'm just going to be very careful about it and keep casting Blink on everyone, because Blink does allow for some dodging. Oh, Andrew Koss, yeah, I think he can use some Genji equipment as well. But right now I like it on Cecil. Cecil is meant to soak up a lot of the damage. I mean, the guy's at 2,300 HP. Yeah, that Blink, really not well animated in this game. But with this much Blink, we should be able to handle the incoming counterattacks. Green Dragon and Hill Gigas are best friends. In what, that they like to annoy me? Okay. Yep, there are just some... Oh, cast Blink on the wrong person. That's okay. A lot of people are blinked right now. Blink, I think, allows 2 guaranteed dodges, or maybe it's 1. But it allows for some guaranteed dodging in this version of the game. Hello, Ace Bogard. Welcome to the chat. I read your comment in depth, but I'm dealing with this silly behemoth. I see, Cecil's guard there undoes the blink when he takes the hit. Okay, interesting. Let's blink again. Oh man, everybody blinking like that. That does not look good for anyone's eyes. Epileptic or not. Ooh, which is better, DQ3 or DQ4? Hard question. I've actually been thinking about it a lot recently, because it used to be definitively, for me, DQ3. But in playing 4 and in thinking about that game more and more, and all the ideas it has and all that it does, yeah, I came to like DQ4 a little more, I think. I would say the best version of DQ4 is the mobile version for the US. If you're in Japan, then you can include the DS version as well. The problem is that the DS version for the US had to remove the party chat. Both games do like different things really well, though. I will say that. I'm hoping if the rumors of the 3 remake are true, that that it basically takes everything 3 did and takes it to its limit. Because, you know, he's got a lot of... Okay, there we go. We got him. 6,500 gil. 65,000 gil, actually. And a ton of experience. Right. I don't mind using my ethers right now, because we do have dry ethers. There is one more behemoth. Just want to check. DQ3, and here's the thing with DQ3. The SNES version is better, but I hate that they lowered the difficulty. Whereas DQ4, yeah, the remakes lowered the difficulty, but just by a little bit. Ace Bogart, thank you for the compliment. Yeah, Mediker, where's Vanish and Doom when you need them? If they do the DQ3 remake, I do wonder if it will be done in the DQ11 engine. Since it's, you know, it's, or the DQ11 look and style, because it's already done. And it would already fit. It would already work. Because, you know, one is a prequel to another. Yeah, so, like, I could see that happening for sure. Alright, I would say Dragon Quest in general is a little more challenging than Final Fantasy. There are some exceptions. Okay, this is basically a straight shot to Bahamut with the exception of one more Behemoth. Just want to get Blink up, play things safe. Let's Blink. Let's get a Blink on her. Ooh, my internet's acting up a little bit today. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, just gonna skip some attacks. Start off really good with Blink on as many people as possible. Yep, everybody knows the way of ninjutsu right now. Oh, that's right, Edge can Blink himself with Mirage. I forgot about that. I'll keep that in mind. That'll make things easier now. Yeah, see, sometimes it's just really easy to forget that Edge has his own magic list. Can be quite useful. I'll have Rydia do nothing. She's just kind of wasting MP, to be honest. She doesn't do enough damage to really justify constantly summoning in this fight. Behemoths have pretty good magic defense. Attack. Actually, I might... You know what? I should be berserking Cecil. There we go. That should help out. They built an Aliyah to test 11. I did not know that. That is some fascinating information. I can see that, though. And I can see that why that would especially lead to a DQ3 remake. The people have demanded a remake for years, to be honest. Like we said in a previous stream, it would be cool if they just remade the entire initial trilogy. Let's Blink on Rydia. Ooh, out of MP. Let's use an Ether there. Interesting that in Japan, the Tales of games are considered part of the big three. Oh, that went really well. That was a good Behemoth fight. It could be just that its Tales of has been really popular these past few years, so maybe it doesn't have quite the cultural status Dragon Quest has. But it could be that, like, right now, it could be that the Tales of series for the past 10 years has been the big thing. I could see that. Like, I know they're like really beloved over there. Oh yeah, one more Behemoth. Okay, Ninja Mirage. Let's do this right. Let's throw an Ether on Rosa. She may need it. Let's get everybody blinking. Christian Lopez, I think the DQ3 remake, it's been talked about by years. Like, Yuji Horii has acknowledged that the fans have wanted it. It could just be that, you know, maybe now was the time. That's what I think anyhow. And I think that with DQ11 being successful, and with the sort of like the engine being available, I think that was the really big influence. Now, if they made a DQ5 remake, that I think would be a little influenced by that would be somewhat influenced by a Final Fantasy VII remake, because Dragon Quest V has always been the second most requested remake in Japan, despite the fact that it already has 2 remakes. That's always been quite interesting, because like people really want like a full-fledged 3D remake of that game. Let's see. I've got some Bacchus wines, right? Yeah. Got plenty of Bacchus wines to spare. Cecil can basically just go all out, all he wants. Yeah, Bahamut's got some interesting behavior in this game. Though, like, I imagine someone playing this game for the first time and not knowing at all what to do. Let's get the blinks back up. Smash Project says 5 is the best of DQ. I like 5 is my second favorite, as I mentioned last stream. 7 I would say is the best for me. I think that game takes everything that is Dragon Quest and basically puts it in one game. Alright, last behemoth down. Smash Project thinks the soul of the original would be lost. For what, Dragon Quest 3? Or something else? Fusoya leveled up, rare level up there. Yes, got some good level ups. Okay, and we have 2 kids. No. I'm gone. I do not want to fight another bone dragon. Who are you? I'm Cecil. Oh, you're half Lunarian. Okay, gotta prepare for this now. That's fine, really, again. Don't need the ethers. Let's use what we have. My number 3 DQ game, Drakenzan? What would it be? Probably 4 after that. I would say, yeah, that would be my list. 754? That sounds like a list I'd be comfortable with. Okay. Let's move Reflect to the top. Yeah, I want to move Reflect for the top 2. No, not use it. I want to move it up. Yeah, it'll replace Kira for now. Okay. Christian Lopez, I would slightly disagree with that. I think the Tales games took a huge amount of influence from Final Fantasy X. I think Final Fantasy X, despite whether I like it or not, and I don't, is the most influential RPG in the past 20 years, in terms of how a lot of mainstream, top-of-the-line JRPGs are designed. I think that Final Fantasy X is the biggest influence. Okay. Yeah, Medicare, I understand that. It is long. Alright. I think I did a save, right? I'm just gonna do a save just for safety, and so I waste no one's time. And we're gonna meet Bahamut. I kind of like how in the remakes he says, "You beat Leviathan," but that doesn't matter. We have Bahamut, god of the Eidolons. And now we fight. Here we go. Alright. 5. This is basically a big countdown fight. No, I moved Reflect to the top. Ooh, that countdown's going fast on this speed. Let's get everybody's attacks in. Oh man, that is one fast countdown. Ooh, this is gonna be tight. Hopefully someone won't die. Meant to use a Baka Swine there. Oh, where's that veil? There we go. Oh no, someone's gonna die for sure. Oh, here it comes. I do like that transforming sprite though. Man, that speed is really crazy in this version. Wow. he's crazy fast in this version. Not in this version, but in terms of the speed. Jeez, look at that go! I may have to turn the speed down because that is crazy. Yeah, this is gonna be something else right now. What do I think of mini-maps? I'm fine with them. I don't really have a problem with them. Like, I can understand certain games where, you know, you want people to find things themselves. It could be more interesting to not have them. Oh crap, I put it reflect on the wrong person. Yeah, this didn't go well. This didn't go well at all. Ooh. No, Bahamut, wait. Timeout. I call a timeout. Not looking at the chat right now because I'm trying to focus on this. Like as long as Rosa has reflect on herself, this battle is winnable. But I would like for everybody to get some experience. Oof. This is a toughie for sure. Oh, we got him! Hey, there we go! Fusaya doesn't get experience, but he's the one guy who doesn't need it. And Bahamut doesn't drop any money. I have witnessed the strength of your will. Call my name in your need, Rydia. Yeah, 1 speed makes that into the fight of your life. I really like that, though. Alright, let's just checking the chat to see what I missed. Ultra Zappy, what do you mean by DQ's Final Fantasy VII game? Because overall, I think Final Fantasy VII is an okay game, and I prefer a lot of Dragon Quests above it. Thoughts on FF12? Yeah, I would say it's better than 10. I would think so. Oh, Smash Project, the spirit of DQ1 would be lost. It would depend. I think Yuji Horii could make it work. It is about getting lost and being on your own. But I think it can be done. Let me, know. Rosa has exit, and we will... I haven't used exit in so long, I forgot where it was. Daniel? Yeah, Gone with the Wind is a very interesting movie, very long movie. First time a black actress won the, for Best Supporting Actress. Yeah, really grand film for its time. Oh, Ultra Zappy, a lot of people get to know it going forward. Oh, why did I think that that Flan was a grenade? You know, I'm just running. Everyone's at low HP. And yeah, I can sacrifice 1,000 gil. I don't think it's gonna be in one fell swoop. I find that Dragon Quest is becoming popular more by a crawl than by a leap. And you know what? That's fine, really. You know, as long as each game sells more and more and more, because each one is bringing in more and more people. Like, you know, like it'll be like, let me go exit and save. But like, you know, some people are getting in by Builders and Builders 2. Some people got in by the Monsters games. Some people got in by 9. Some by 11. So, you know, I think the fan base is definitely building there. What I do want is Dragon Quest XII to be more like the older games. That's actually what I mean by like DQ11. I think it's great, but I would not say it's my favorite thing ever. Same thing with 8. I'll do a video on that one day. Now let's head back to Earth. Just looking at the chat. Charlie Fox, glad you're enjoying FF1 on the NES. Alright, we're back on Earth, and the Giant of Babel is arising. I always loved this moment as a kid. It's a little dated now, as you'll see. Here's what I like about the older games. It implies the Giant of Babel comes out of the Tower of Babel. In, like, the remakes, it comes from the sky or the moon. And that didn't make much sense to me. This was always cool as a kid. Like this giant robot showing up, just walking through the mountains. Like you can tell like the sprite is like practically just pasted onto the screen in the older versions, but as a kid I was very impressed. Is the white mage a girl or a boy? It's actually a boy. I believe that's official. I know a lot of people thought for a while it was a girl, but I believe officially it is a boy. Smash Project, Western RPGs. Hopefully one day, if my plans for next month go as well as I hope they do, and I pray to the Lord God they do, I will have done so many, I will be able to do next month a ton of videos in advance, because I really have big plans for myself next month to make sure that I always have videos in reserve. Because I did finish a ton of scripts, and I wanna always be ready so that I can basically do videos on whatever I need to do. And I do want to do a video on Rogue, because I do love Rogue, A, and B, Rogue influenced a few games in Japan in a very big way, most notably the Mystery Dungeon series. And so I'd like to have a video on Rogue out there before I do that. Anyway, we have the dwarves here with their tanks. Lally ho! You brought your daughter to war? Why, bring your daughter to work day. And we see the Sylphs and Yang have joined the dwarves. Medicare, maybe they just happen to be similar. NetHack, have not played it, but I've heard amazing things about NetHack, so I do look forward to trying it out. Just looking at the chat. Yep, we see that Sid is well again. And we see that the kids are now unpetrified, because again they were under the age of 65. But yeah, this is basically the big team-up moment, where everyone joins up to fight the enemy. Smash Project, is there something different with the mobile version compared to the original? Because whenever I do a History of RPGs episode, I do like to at least try to play the original version. The Giant's confused. You know, Fusoya says we need to destroy the CPU, and like I can just imagine everyone else in the team being like, "What's a CPU?" Christian, I would say I like 13 more than 2. 13 as many flaws as it has, does have some interesting combat ideas. I love this music. This is my favorite song in the game, guys. Such a good song, and it's used only for this dungeon. You have to get inside the Giant of Babel. That's such a cool idea. Guys, is the visual is the visual going wrong? Because I'm getting an error message on my computer, and I just want to make sure that the stream is doing decently for you guys. Like, I just want to make sure it's going smoothly. While we head into the mouth of the Giant of Babel. Okay, thanks guys. Smash Project, you don't have to memorize hundreds of commands. Okay, that's interesting. I will keep that in mind. Christian, no, I have not played Dissidia. No, Ultra Zappy, oh, Ultra Zappy, are your last comments no longer canon? Okay, they will be struck from canon. Okay, and here we go, Giant of Babel. We have these big Clockpunk gears. Now let's head on in. Ooh, forgot to do something interesting. Alright, Searcher. Yeah, like the other ones, basically, if you do nothing, it will do nothing. And there's something I want to do. Here we go. As I mentioned earlier, some of you missed this, Edge can equip Yang's claws. Now you're thinking, aren't they outdated? Well, kind of, but for this dungeon, not really. So have Edge do that, and you see Edge did some huge damage there. All the enemies here are robotic in nature, which means they're all weak to electricity. So by giving Edge the Thunder Claw, he basically does a really great damage to the enemies with his physical attack, and makes him one of the best damage dealers here. Charlie Fox, I have not tried Bahamut Lagoon yet. I know a lot of people say it's a really good strategy game. I'm trying to catch up on the 16-bit strategy titles right now, actually. Like, I just beat the first Landgrisser, the original Genesis one. I'm going to be playing Ogre Battle very soon, and I may be doing Bahamut Lagoon in a few months. I do have like a list of games that I want to go through. FF2 has interesting ideas, but there are some things about the game that turns me off, but you all already know that. What did I want to do? Yeah, let me go into Fusoya's magic. I just want to raise Thundra up so that I have easy access to it from now on. And we head down. I love this idea of heading down through a body. Like right now you're like in the neck, I believe. And now you're in the chest. It's a really neat idea. I love ideas like that. Dragon Quest III has something similar, except you're going up the body. Yeah, I love ideas like that. Yeah, just pray. Summon. Yeah, we don't need Ramu. This isn't that drastic. Christian, I will keep that in mind about Dissidia. The Smash Project, I love Genealogy. Genealogy of the Holy War is one of the best strategy games I've ever played. Very different from the norm, but in a very good way. Because it actually tries to reflect this grand battle, this grand war, by like zooming out the map and giving you like entire battalions to fight, and every stage is essentially a war campaign. Yeah, really great stuff. Love the characters, love the story, love the ideas. It might be my favorite strategy game of all time, actually. Oh, Charlie Fox, you're right. It was DQ4 that did that. My mistake. Let's see. Yeah, we'll cure up really quickly. Because Edge does not know how to soak damage properly. That's okay. We will have Kane back soon enough to help out in tanking. Set up here. And I like this place as, like, even though it looks kind of similar to the Tower of Babel, It has enough assets to set it apart. Let's kill the Searcher first so that it doesn't summon. So, Kiraja. By the way, guys, I've decided the next game that I'll be streaming. I was deciding between a few games. I told you Chrono Trigger was among them, but I've decided the next one I kind of want to relax with, so I will do Super Mario RPG next. Haven't played that game in years, and I've been planning to do so in a while. So that is my current plan. Just checking the chat. Menaker, I would say both 4 and 5 of Fire Emblem are pretty... can get to some pretty dark places. But I have not completed 5 yet. I started, but then I got distracted with something else. But I do plan on going back to it for sure. Fire Emblem Echoes, pretty good. You know, I liked it. There were some things I'd go into detail another time about what I didn't like so much. Namely, I didn't like the way certain dialogue was written, but that takes a bit of an explanation. Just need to move Kira back up. What is going on with this guy? Was he like attacking himself? I like wasn't paying attention for a second. Just looking at the chat. Yes, Kristen Lopez, I've played Chrono Cross. I like it. I like it as a game, but I prefer to think of that game as its own title rather than as a Chrono sequel. I think that as a Chrono sequel, it isn't very good, but as its own game, it's rather interesting. I honestly do believe it should have been its own IP. And most of the Chrono stuff is like shoved into like the last bit of the last part of the game anyhow. Ugh, I hate back attacks. I'll run. Is it lagging badly, the thing? Or is it gone now? Let me know, guys. Let's, I saw someone mentioning chests biting off hands. Yeah, Super Mario RPG did have some good mimics, right? Though the best mimics are in Shining in the Darkness. Love the mimics in those games. Because, like, each of them, like, were very different. And they were, like, really animated. Like, these monsters hiding in the chests. And, like, the one that was, like, a living chest was, like, it was, like, really creepy looking. Yeah, that game did mimics good. Though maybe the king of mimics is Phantasy Star. Because the final boss likes to hide in the chest. Okay, let's attack. Rosa can pray. Waiting for Rydia's turn, because I do want Ramuh for this fight. There we go. And yeah, we'll use Bless. We're taking a lot of damage constantly rather than big hits. Just checking the chat. Attack. Okay, the chat's good. It's not lagging anymore. That's good to hear. Really? Did he say that it wasn't a sequel? I was under the impression he did want it that way. I'll have to look up the interviews though and see what he said specifically. Because I do know that gameplay-wise, he did say that he did his best to do what he felt like was a Chrono game. I remember the Masato Kato is his name. Did say that in an interview. attack, and this guy should be done. Okay, Edge will finish him. But, like, I never liked the idea that, for Chrono, since we're on the subject, that things, like, ended badly for, like, Chrono and Marl, and Luca. I just never agreed with it. Like, I'm fine with the idea that, Dalton... Oof, sorry guys, my mic. Apologies. I'm fine with the idea that Dalton took over the Southern Nation. But I just don't like the idea that the world became darker because of what Dalton did. It just didn't work for me, to be honest. Megami Tensei. I'll answer that one day. It's a complicated answer. Right, let's have Bless on. It always helps during this part. Cecil attack. Yeah, Ramu's a huge help here. Again, everything in this dungeon is weak to lightning. Restoring HP, thank you, Fusoya. Interesting how Lunarian names work, that are always like 2 or 3 parts. Yeah, Ultra Zappy, I meant to say this earlier. One of the things that I like about older RPGs is that they did ask a lot of your imagination. That because, you had to choose a party and things like that, and you had blank slates, it allowed you to make things up. I know a lot of modern RPG players just don't see things that way, but I've always loved that, and so I do appreciate it. Like in Etrian Odyssey, I still like doing that, creating my backstory for each character. Yeah, Miniker, I agree that it's a what-if sequel rather than a primary sequel. It is weird that Dalton, who was kind of a comedic villain, somehow became the guy who caused, like, the downfall of 1000 AD. It is a ridiculous concept when you think about it. Like, you could do that, but you'd really have to build to it. Heal up quickly. Is anything up here? Yes, one chest. And we have some Yoichi arrows, which are the best arrows in the game. Dalton looks like Kurt Russell. I'll have to look at his sprite again when I get a chance. It's interesting. Well, with Kefka, it worked, because you could always tell his insanity was a Joker-style insanity, and they kind of, like, they built him up as the game went along. His was kind of a very, like, violent, crazed insanity, where Dalton always just felt like comic relief, period. Gotta fix Rosa's spells. Keep forgetting to do that. Also, when I do Chrono Trigger, it will also be 1 speed active. Just letting you guys know that. I'm curious as to how much harder the game will be. Because usually Chrono Trigger is not hard at all. You know what? When you first play it as a kid, it's kind of tough because the bosses require very specific solutions. And as a kid, you don't know them. As an adult, you know them all, so the game comes off as very easy. So I am curious to see how that will turn out. Yeah, I guess you could look at it that way, that it's not really a series in a way. because each one doesn't connect, except for that supposed connection between 7 and 10. I know a lot of people don't like that. I don't like that. That like they're in the same universe. It's just because like Kitase made both games that he wants them connected in the same timeline. That's pretty much what it is. Okay, now that I remember, yes. That should make things a little more convenient for me. Alright, we move ahead. Oh, Dalton from Chrono Trigger we were talking about. Oh yeah, Medicure, they only affect enemy speeds. I've always seen it... Well, it's not just that I see it, it pretty much is a difficulty modifier. It is an interesting decision to do it. I kind of wish like the game would like tell you that from the beginning, so that you would know. Imagine the poor guy thinking he's speeding up his game by turning up the speed. Yeah, that would and he would receive a rude surprise, because the game doesn't work the way he thinks it does. In terms of Final Fantasy's connections, there is a kind of feeling to Final Fantasy. Like, you know when you sit down that you're playing one. It's very weird, and it's not something that you can put into, like, concrete answers. But you know that there's a Final Fantasy feeling. And Sakaguchi said there was. That, like, for example, when he was helping make Chrono Trigger, he said, we did everything to include ideas from Final Fantasy, but to make sure it didn't feel like Final Fantasy. So that was something done on purpose. And we are in the belly. Which way? Nope, the chest is there. Yeah, Medicure, you were practically playing it on like the hardest difficulty. What game did you play on one speed? Oh, Wiseman, speed affects Silver Apple. Speed affects party members in the PlayStation version games and Chrono Trigger. Does it now? Interesting. I'm not sure if it was an oversight, because they kept doing it in Final Fantasy games. For example, 4, 5, and 6 all work that way. So if it was an oversight, I feel they would have fixed it by 6, but they didn't. Ooh, forgot that over there. We have a Soma drop, I think that increases base MP. Yes. Rydia and Rosa get a ton. Look at their MP, and they'll be gaining more. So I'll give that the edge. He could use it. He could definitely use it. Yeah, Christian, it is, but Chrono Trigger also has its own feeling. One that's kind of, again, it's a vague thing you can't put your finger on, but I do feel like Chrono Trigger feels like Chrono Trigger, despite all of its influences. Okay. Feel like we started slow in this fight. Let's get Ramu out there. Well, no, that's gonna bless up. Just to save post-battle healing. Yeah, I do like Gilgamesh being this sort of a guy who like moves between the Final Fantasy universes. I do like how in 8 he asks where Bartz is. Always been a cool idea. And like, and he makes the connection a bit comedic, which is also fine. Yeah, Wiseman, maybe. But I feel like 3 games, at least after 2 games, you would have noticed something like that. Like, I feel like somebody would have had to say, oh man, you know, Final Fantasy 4 and 5, the enemies go really fast on 1. I definitely feel like that would have been caught. 1 game, yeah, I can accept that. 2 games, okay, sure. 3 games, though? It's a bit of a stretch for me. The moon from Majora's Mask is a bomb, non-canon. Maybe that's canon to my channel now. The last arm. Yep. He searches. Can't remember what he does exactly. But we did hit him for big damage, so that's good. I do not have Thundaga yet. When it would be most useful. Yeah, Lost Odyssey, I haven't fully played it, but it does feel like a Final Fantasy game. It was made by Sakaguchi, and you can definitely tell it's a Sakaguchi game. It has his kind of drama and feel to it. Same thing with The Last Story. Another game that I've played, but have not had the time to beat. Which I should, it's not that long. Let's Ramu it up here. Well, Medicare, here's the thing about Enix. Enix never really had many employees. It was just like the guys who worked in the primary office. Yuji Horii, even though every game he's made was for Enix, technically was never an Enix employee. He was, in every game, always contracted. It's just that he made so many games for Enix that he was like, it was as if people figured he was an Enix employee. So it was like, it wasn't actually a problem when he wanted to make Chrono Trigger. Mother 1 better than Earthbound. I will disagree, but I do understand some people feel that way. And yeah, the GBA version is much better. Makes things a lot more convenient. Well, not many ethers left, but that's okay. We can buy them now, and we do have a ton of money. Just want to heal Edge. This dungeon's so cool. I know I've said it already. Whoops. But I do like it a lot. Oh, didn't notice Cecil there needed help. There we go. Yeah, Horii was basically always freelance. He just liked working for Enix, which is understandable. They always did right by him. It's Kiraga everyone. I think the giant can be stopped. Don't know if it's bugged though. It should work though. As for Xbox exclusive JRPGs, that was because Microsoft was trying its best to get the Xbox popular in Japan. And so those exclusive RPGs were an attempt to change the fact that the Xbox wasn't selling well. But as you can see, it never worked out. Another thing is that Sakaguchi for a long time did not like Sony. He kinda held a grudge against them and refused to have one of his games be on a Sony system. So that kind of explains that as well. Pandora's Tower is a really interesting Wii RPG. It's got a lot of like really fascinating ideas. Basically, like your girlfriend is like dying of a disease, and you need to like find a way to complete the dungeons as fast as possible to get her what she needs so that she doesn't die, basically. So very fascinating. I would not buy a physical copy because it has a glitch in it that could prevent you from completing the game. The best way to play it is if you have a Nintendo Wii, to play it on the, to get it off of the Wii eShop. Yeah, Armor Project was formed by Hori to develop some of his games. Because again, Enix was not a developer. They were a production and contracting company for other developers. Let's bring Rosaridia back. And hopefully we can make it to the safe. No, we couldn't. Run! Oh, ambush too. I'm trying to make it to the safe point. It's literally right there. Oh, was it ever known why Sakaguchi held a grudge? I don't remember, but I believe it came from the PS1 era. Okay, cottages, yes. Because tents are pretty useless at this point. I feel like I used to know the grudge, but I can't remember. True Alfarius, the Wii shop is done, but you know what? The Wii Virtual Console is done. The Wii U eShop is still up, in most countries anyway. Because they made sure to bring that game and Xenoblade Chronicles to the eShop for the Wii U. Okay, we are healed up. And let us save. And I'll want to do a save for the Retron. My controller battery seems to be dying for the Retron. Because I save using the Retron controller. And the Giant's Lungs. Yeah, Manicure, I hope all of Mistwalker's games end up on Steam. That's my hope. And we have the Fiends again. You can't stop the Giant of Babel, it says. Of course, the Fiend of Death mentions we will die. Yeah, Christian Lopez, the Spirits Within movie was why Sakaguchi left Square Enix. Or why he was forced to leave, anyway. Most people believe he was forced to leave. I don't know if that had to do with Sony, though. I know that was an issue within Square internally. Yeah, True Alfarius, the Retron controller is an abomination. But it's good because it has a button you can assign save state, load state, and fast forward to. Oh, well, Rubicon learned that, you know, having a party is pretty good. He restores us, as he always does. And, here we go. And yeah, we begin with, this guy. Forgetting his name for some reason. Let's attack. Gonna use the Bacchus Wine. He hits pretty hard. So what we're going to do is we are going to get Blink on our two leads. Because he does hit like a truck. And so do some of the others. We have Firaga, so that is, that'll be useful for us. Curse cuts attack in half. Not really a concern for Fusoya. Oh, we won't slow, because these guys don't have enough HP that I should be concerned with that. We'll have Rosa heal. Slow will be useful in the next boss fight, though. Yes, that 9,999 damage. When Rydia pulls through, Rydia pulls through. Yeah, it's attack. Yeah, that blink is helping out right now. Yep, there it is. Very useful in this fight. Let's get another Firaga in. Yeah, Curse isn't useful on Rosa, that's fine. Let's get some hasting up on Cecil. And we'll haste Edge. I still have to beat Type 0. Haven't beaten it yet. I did think the opening had good ideas, though it came off as kind of edgy. But at the same time, there were a lot of things that intrigued me. So I do look forward to getting back to it. Okay, Rubicon. Here we go. Let's get Bless on everyone, just so that we're covering HP. Okay, not much damage, that's fine. Yeah, let's haste Cecil a little more. That Firaga's gonna hurt a bit. Not too much, though. This fight is much easier, compared to the boss fight that follows it. I have Blizzaga, so we'll go with that. Yes, the Steam sale's on the 25th. I am looking forward to it for sure. Rubicant doesn't do his open-close cloak thing, thankfully, so it makes this a lot faster. Yeah, I'm just putting haste on both Cecil and Edge once more, and that'll help out. Do your thing, Rydia, and then once again. Probably should have haste on her too. And here we have the next fight. Let's use Blitz. That causes me physical pain in reference to what? I don't have Thundaga yet, that's okay. Yeah, that Blitz did a ton of damage. Anything else you can do right now, Rosa? I feel like this is one of the weird boss fights where, like, Rosa just isn't as useful. It's always strange because, like, she's always, like, the most useful. Okay. Yeah, like, he's always in protective mode. Okay, last Fiend. Yeah, you know what? We'll slow you, just for the fun of it. And of course, we don't need Kain to jump here. In fact, we don't have Kain anyway. Ooh, Cecil with that Berserk. Really coming through. We'll just throw everything we've got at her, and we'll be done. Oh, Ultra Zappy. That's what you were referencing. That, it was a bad choice. No, it was a great choice. Dragon Quest is part of the NES's history, especially in Japan. That's an objective fact. It's in Japan, people would say, you know, despite whatever NES game you were playing, they would say, "Oh, stop playing your Dragon Quest and come up and eat dinner." It was that popular. It was a cultural sensation, and not only that, it should have been in Smash long before. Alright, we're done with the Fiends. Honestly, I feel Smash should be a more, like... I don't feel that you should get into Smash unless you're, unless you were on a Nintendo console. You know, to me, it's like, this is a Nintendo series. Like, I don't understand, like, why the Persona 5 protagonist is there. It doesn't make any sense to me, really. Just going back to the save point, because I don't think that there's one ahead. Like, I guess you could say that Persona was technically on the 3DS, Persona Q, But that's doesn't really count in my opinion. Like when people like are when it comes to the history of RPGs, it really becomes more about their nostalgia than facts. And as much as I like Geno, and I do think Geno is cool, I wouldn't say Geno is an integral part of Nintendo's history. Great character, interesting character, but on the level of what Dragon Quest did, not so much. And here we are, the Giant's Heart. Here we go, the CPU. Okay, this fight requires a bit of a trick. You have the attacker, defender, and the main CPU. So, I believe the top one is the attacker. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, this is going to be a bit relentless on top speed. We're going to slow the healer down. So if you take out both modules, it will attack with a gigantic counterattack that will make you regret killing them both. So what you want to do is you want to slow the defender. And at the same time take out the attacker. So that it heals quite slowly. Because a lot of people, they brute force this fight, and that's not a good idea. As a result, a lot of people complain this is a hard fight. Ooh, should have watched that, but that's okay. That's fine, as long as we don't attack it again, we should be fine. And, okay, here is the one great use of Sylph. Sylph attacks only one enemy, and heals us. So what you want to do is you want to use Sylph on this boss. Only time it's truly useful in the game. But, yeah, see, so here. And also, the CPU has Reflect cast on itself, and summons Bypass Reflect. So basically this makes it like the one fight where it's truly useful. Let's slow it even more because its healing is quite a lot. Forgot about that Reflect, so Fusuya's gonna hurt. Ugh. That's okay. Yeah, Christian, that's absolutely correct. They want every character to appeal to the West, rather than thinking, you know, in historical terms. Ultra Zappy is now Zoma. Interesting current canon. Just want to slow the healer even more, because, yeah, look at its speed. Its speed is ridiculous in this. If you're playing on normal speeds, it's nowhere near this fast. This should be the last, one more slow with Rosa, and we should hopefully be good. Because if not, we'll never keep up with the damage. I mean, it's a problem with, like, the entire West. Like, you get the same thing in Europe and Canada. It should be these characters that appeal to us. And they don't really, like, have a sense of, like, what like, was influential in Japan at the time. Let's get some haste up on Cecil just to make, this go by faster. And on Rydia as well. Oh man, am I out damaging the healing? Because that's crazy. If I am, I'm only a little bit ahead. Yeah, that wind song helps. It's pretty much gets us back any HP we've lost. Ooh. Let's haste Rydia again. Haste Cecil again. Yeah. Yeah, this fight can definitely take a while at this speed I'm seeing. Ultra Zappy. It's a 900 track CD with a game included. You gotta give it to them. They did license a lot of songs. If they ever tried to release an OST, it would be impossible. I don't know, just attack Fusoya. I've got no idea what else you can do here. Oh man, it might be healing too fast. I may have to kill the defender, and then next time do slow and put up with the attacker's damage, because yeah, this is being something. Would I replace Cloud in Smash with another character? Probably. I'd probably replace him with Cecil. But I do think that makes sense. I do think that makes sense. Because Final Fantasy IV was the first RPG for the Super Nintendo that was not a port. And I think that's quite important to Nintendo history. At least in my opinion. Alright, I am not outdamaging his healing. I'm pretty sure of that. Alright, drastic measures, and this is gonna hurt, but we do have to change strategy here. Yep, this is gonna hurt. Just want to get ready with healing. Yeah, there we go. Globe 99. Okay, one person dies. 2 people died. And he'll revive the 2 orbs in a second. So I just want to hurry up and be ready for that. If a Mazer comes in, it's going to hurt quite a bit. Alright, let's take out the healing node. I'd replace him with Bartz, that's my bias. Yeah, Bartz would make for an interesting addition. I do, but Bartz would play really interestingly too. Like there is that. Because of the job system. And you could include the jobs in an interesting way. Oh man, I may have to restart this fight because I don't know if I can get these guys back alive and prevent them from dying. Like, the Mazer just comes way too fast. And just kills off whoever I revived. But this may be a case where it's better to start over than to, more than anything else. That was a mistake. Alright guys, I'm starting this fight over. It's definitely a little more troublesome than I anticipated on 1 speed. On normal speed, you could use the strategy that I was using before, and it would not heal fast enough to, it just would not heal fast enough at all. But on this speed, it's just not possible. Okay, let's try this one more time. Because I just can't outdamage the healing, even after it being slowed continuously. Like the Mazer I can deal with everyone at full HP. Let's use Thundra on the lower one. And we'll start slowing the attacker just to make things easier. Yeah, some of these fights are a bit rougher on 1 speed. Okay. Let's start attacking the main CPU. Let's continue to slow the attacker. And we'll once again go with Sylph to start gaining our HP back. Sylph is not a bad deal. It's, you know, decent damage, and you get a bit of healing. Yeah, it's it's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of people had not heard of Dragon Quest, and were probably confused by it. My issue isn't people not knowing. My issue is, as always, it's people's refusal to research. There's a kind of anti-research mentality that often goes on within fandom, and it's the most annoying part. It's like people are satisfied with like the level of knowledge they have, or rather than like investigating and seeing what the answers could be. That's what always deeply annoys me. Yeah, let's get some haste up on Cecil. I love the Berserk Cecil, but that would mean he'd probably attack the attacker, which we do not want, obviously. Like, I understand why FF7 is used to represent the series, because, you know, it was so well known, its advertisement campaign was huge. It was absolutely gigantic. And so, you know, I get it in that regard. But I do think that Smash is a Nintendo series that should represent Nintendo. And that's always been my belief. Yay! Yeah, this is working out much better. We're managing to maintain our HP, thanks to Self. And the attacker is slowed enough that he isn't murdering us every turn. So hopefully this will be done soon enough. Summon, Self. Yeah, Meniker, I understand that. I understand the reasoning. I'm just saying, I guess I don't like the reasoning. I guess that's my my opinion. Like, honestly, I think Phoenix Wright should have been in Smash before certain characters. Phoenix Wright was a big game for the Game Boy Advance in Japan, and for the DS afterwards, for the world. Okay, yeah, long fight is long. I do like this fight, I do like the idea. You know what, just to have a little fun, do I have Dispel? Is that a thing? Can't really find it right now, that's okay. Summon... Sylph. Apparently it lost its reflect for a moment. Yeah, Phoenix Wright made it into Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom. That was a surprise, but a good surprise. I support that decision. Always good to have more interesting people in your games. Well, you know, the thing you have to remember that in the 90s, Final Fantasy was huge on the Super Nintendo. So, you know, I can see why they would want a Final Fantasy representative. Like, like, if you look at, like, the top 30 selling SNES games, all three Super Nintendo mainline Final Fantasies are on there. So it does make sense. You know what? That's a big problem with RPGs in general, not just Square and Enix. To me, the people always ask, and this will be answered in an upcoming video actually, is what is it that makes it so that RPGs don't get big in the West? And to me, it's one simple answer. It's advertisement, and it's not knowing how to advertise these games in the West. I think that is the primary reason. Alright. Just this, and we're gonna torture it. Because it gave me some trouble. So it's time to repay it. And I know just how. We haven't seen Bahamut yet, so everyone, we're gonna use Bahamut. And hopefully that'll be enough to finish this. Thank you, Rydia. Here we go. Point blank Mega Flare. 9,999. There. Justice has been served. Just checking out the chat. I do want Paper Mario in Smash. I think he'd be an interesting addition. As far as RPG entries. Alright. By the way, is the stream streaming well enough? Because I just got another warning. But, because I have the stream open on my end, and it's not slowing down either. But I'm just making sure with you guys. Okay, CPU down, and the second to last dungeon is finished. Yay, we stopped the giant robot. Yep, Golbez is angry at us, but Fusoya is gonna approach him. Don't you realize who you are? Fusaya used Crystal. And the control is broken. And Golbez is free. Do you remember your father's name? Huh. Interesting considering what today is. His name is Kluya. Yeah, and Cecil gets the revelation that Golbez is his brother. Quite a shock. I hated him, my own brother. Interesting. You know, Cecil, very level-headed guy. Realizing the roles may have been reversed. His soul was stained with evil long before this. And Golbez tries to leave to go face Zemus. I think a part of the apathy for JRPGs also is the fault of mainstream outlets like IGN. There was definitely an anti Japanese RPG bias for a long time. See you later, Ace Bogard. Have a good night. Yeah, Cecil's a bit unsure of what to do. Yeah, who knows how we'd feel in such a situation? Hello, Jakku. Thank you for being with us. And Kane, once again, we meet him once more. No longer under Golbez's control, since he's no longer under Zemus's control. Yeah, it's kind of a Star Wars moment. I love how in this medieval world there's just this like broken down giant robot somewhere. Thank you, Jakku. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kane feels bad. Well, I mean, it was the darkness in his heart. It kinda is his fault, but, I see your point, Rosa. Yeah, and we're just getting the rest of the story, explaining to Kane what is going on. Yep, was a shock to the rest of us, Kane. And we're all deciding that basically it's time to face Zemus, who is the true enemy. But I like how Edge has a bit of an interaction with Kane here. Basically saying, what happens if you get mind controlled again? And Kane says, just kill me if it happens. Yeah, Rosa kind of has a motherly optimism. It's pretty much her role in the game to keep everyone together. To the moon. This is always a part of the game that came off as a bit weird. Like Rosa and Rydia have been us through so many dangerous moments that like this kind I know that what they're going for, a kind of like big emotional moment, but I always felt that it was a bit forced. I feel like Cecil has saw how much Rydia and Rosa have done for the team at this point that it feels almost it feels like some forced drama in my opinion. Yeah, Christian, I see where you're coming from on the dark and light thing, but here's the thing: the only Final Fantasy things that make it into Kingdom Hearts are the things really that both Kitase and Nomura worked on. Though they did begin working on FF4, it was an extremely small capacity, but they began working in full technically in 5, but 6 was where they began to really get power in Square. So that's why you'll see characters from 6, 7, and 8, and not really from earlier than that. Okay, let's head to the moon. That is true. It could be seen as a form of chivalry on the part of Cecil. But like as Jakku says, they just kind of come back anyway. It just feels like it was really trying to force the dramatic moment that Cecil is about to have with Rosa. I felt they could have gotten there without having had done this. Not unless you take me with you. I mean, we do need a white mage. Very sweet on the part of Rosa. Yeah, as time has gone on, a lot of the cameos went away. Oh, and the love theme. It's been a while since we've heard it. And Rydia pops out. I'm the only summoner you have. Well, you know, it's a very logical point. Let's do this. Okay, we have our main team. Let's, can't remember. So Kain has the Genji equipment, and he somehow has Odin's Spear. But, so, okay, he's well off. Let me just check something on Edge. Edge has the power ring to give him a little more damage. Let's, yes. Put Cecil back in the middle. In the GBA version, at this point, you could go back to Earth and, like, get the other characters. I do like Yang. Some people like Sid. Sid's pretty powerful at this point in the game. Would the Paladin be the equivalent of the hero class? I would not say so, because the hero class is known for holy spells, which are in the form of lightning, whereas the Paladin is known as a more defensive class. Right, let's head back to Earth, because we do have one more thing to do. Alright, let's fly over to Baron. You know what I like about the whale? How it flies above the planet higher than the other two airships? It's really interesting how they did that. But, Baron. Alright, I now have 5 characters, and I am at a higher level. Hopefully that will allow me to get the job done here. Okay, let's save very quickly. And let's head in, and let's do what we tried to do at the beginning of the stream, but we're not successful in. Hopefully this time will be different. Set up, let's head down the stairs. We'll create a... Oh, my Retron controller turned off again. Have to remember to recharge it. Okay, and let us once more face Odin. Was the pie in Undertale based on DQ7? I don't know, because I'm pretty sure not, since the references for Undertale were mostly Earthbound. Alright, here we go. Try this one more time. Ninja. Blitz. Attack. Okay, good so far. Not sure if I should have King jump or not. Let's slow him. Think we're doing better so far. Thundaga would really help right now. Oh man, here it comes. Wow. Come on, you can do it. You can do it in time. Come on. No! Oh my gosh! That is so brutal. Alright, one more shot. I'm wondering if there is something that I can do differently. I could really change this fight. I might have something. Let's do that. Let's use the Zeus's Rage. If not, I may have to turn it down to 2 speed. Because like, yeah, because if not, then I'd have to start the final dungeon, come back when I'm stronger, and I don't know if I want to do that. If Rydia had Thundaga, it would be really useful. Okay, here we go again. Ninja Blitz. Attack. Good so far. Item, let's use the Zeus's Rage. White, Haste. Let's get Cecil sped up. Black, Thundra. Oh man, he's getting ready for his finisher already. Okay. Got him! Yes! Oh, that Zeus's Rage made all the difference. Hello, Jacob. Yeah, the Zeus's Rage made all the difference. Yes, Ultra Zappy, I'll hug myself. Okay. Good change in strategy. And I shall fight alongside you as Odin. Yeah, that Zeus's Rage drop came from within the Giant of Babel. Because without it, we would have had to wait on Rydia's Thundaga. Okay, we are good. Alright, so we have finished all of the side content. We have received every summon. We're pretty much at good levels for the final dungeon. So, I would say I have accomplished everything in today's stream that I wanted to. All that's left is the final dungeon and the final battle. And the final dungeon will take up pretty much an entire stream. So what I'm going to do is after this, I'm going to prepare, get all of my items ready, get my my item list ready, to make sure that I am fully prepared. And the next time we begin, we'll start at the final dungeon. Charlie Fox, this is the Super Nintendo version of the game, so there are no Lunar Ruins. The Lunar Ruins, which are based on the original script by Sakaguchi and Tokita, was not included until the Game Boy Advance version. And yes, Smash Project, Rydia is best girl. I don't think she's mentally a child. She's she fully grew up. She grew up within the Feymarch, so she did live out her years there and become an adult. But okay, so that means that this is it. This is the end of the stream. I ask that you all like the video, even unlisted. It helps. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, like, comment if you can, I guess. Next time will be the finale episode of Final Fantasy IV. So thank you for having had joined me for this long. If you wish to support me, do so on Patreon. You can do so for as low as $1 a month. Follow me on Twitter. I always post when I'm streaming there. And thank you for watching, everyone, and God bless you all.